Shri Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 17 entitled The Divisions of Faith, chapter 17, text 16. Manaha prasada samyatvam maunam atma vinigraha bhava samshuddhirit etat tapo manasamuchyate. Shri Krishna is saying to Arjun and through Arjun to all of us, what is the austerity of the mind? What is the austerity of the mind? Satisfaction, being simple, having gravity, self-control and purification of one's existence are the austerity of the mind. We need to perform austerities with our mind. And what constitutes austerity of the mind? Manasam tapa uchyate. What is called the tapasya of the mind? The tapasya of the mind is to be satisfied. Haribol. What is tapasya of the mind? Santushtam sadatam yogi. Just to be satisfied is austerity of the mind. Because we are so dissatisfied in life. I want this, I want that more. Why this didn't happen? Why that happened? Why? We are never satisfied with life. But austerity of the mind means to be satisfied. Saumyatvam. Saumyatyam means to be mild towards others. Saumya. And to be without duplicity. Straightforward. Not duplicitous. Maunam. Maunam means to speak less and have more depth, more gravity. Atma vinigraha, self-control. Bhava samshuddhi, purifying one's existence. These are the austerities of the mind. Isn't it beautiful? Where do we get this knowledge? Who teaches us that to be satisfied is an austerity of the mind? To have gravity, to speak less, to control oneself, to purify oneself. This is the austerity of the mind. For example, I may be watching something on the internet that is polluting my mind. So austerity of the mind means to not watch that so that my mind becomes purified. My mind is not contaminated. Sometimes to get our stuff done, we are very duplicitous with people. Austerity of the mind means to not be duplicitous, be straightforward, speak the truth. What was the austerity of speech? We discussed in the previous class. Who knows? Yes, very good. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chayva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Tapasya of speech is to speak the truth. Speak it in a pleasing way. Speak it for the benefit of others. And don't speak things that are agitating. And when you don't have anything else to do, Hare Krishna, Hare Swadhyaya Abhyasanam. Just chant the Vedic verses. Now Shri Krishna is talking about austerity of the mind. Tapa manasam uchyate. Being satisfied, having gravity, self-control, simplicity, purification of existence. And Srila Prabhupada explains everything. Best thing is to be satisfied with Krishna consciousness. Then we will not be dissatisfied. Because if we want other things in life, then we will be dissatisfied. See, Prabhupada says, the more we think of sense enjoyment, the more we become dissatisfied. Why? Abhinav. The more we try for sense enjoyment, the more we become dissatisfied. Why?
Because the more we think about sense enjoyment, the more we want it. And if we want something, then it's going to end up making us agitated for it.
Yes, because it is not a sustainable process. We cannot get everything for sense enjoyment in this world. And even if we get, our senses and body has limitations how much we can enjoy them. So the more we have, the more we want. And the more we want, the more dissatisfied we are. Because we want more. Remember I told the story of His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj going to New York in Upper East Side of Manhattan. A person, he had a very, very expensive penthouse in a skyscraper building worth dozens of millions of dollars. Husband and wife both having very high paying job, in the Wall Street. They have one son. They have a huge room like this. Like one whole floor, they have converted it into, they have 2 floors. One full floor they have converted into the playground for their son. He has arcades, he has a movie room, he has video games and everything he can enjoy. And they took Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj to that floor to show how they entertain their son while both of them are working on Wall Street. Hare Krishna. And the son was just so restless, disrespectful, bored, constantly telling his parents, when will this monk go? Come on, spend time with me. Just dissatisfied brat, despite having all these things. And then from there, Maharaj went to New Vrindavan, and there he saw one small boy who was playing with which toy? Anvika?
An avocado seed.
Avocado seed. And he had figured out 8 different games to play with one avocado seed. In India, we used to play those marble game. Like that. Kancha. So like that, many games he had invented to play with that one avocado seed. And he was so happy, enthusiastic, energetic, welcoming Maharaj, welcoming guests, bright-faced. What a stark contrast. Therefore, the more we think of sense enjoyment, the more we become dissatisfied. Text 17. Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapastat trividham naraihi aphalakankshibhir yuktaihi satvikam parichakshate. The threefold austerity performed with transcendental faith by men, not expecting material benefits, but engaged only for the sake of the Supreme Lord. Aphala akankshibhi, not having any akanksha, any desire for any fruit in return. Such austerity, see tapaha. Tapaha satvikam parichakshate. It is called satvikam when it is done paraya, for a transcendental reason, not for some mundane reason. And it is done for the sake of satisfying the Supreme. With faith. Shraddha is very important. First word of the verse is Shraddhaya. So tapasya should be performed with Shraddha. Today is Guru Purnima. I will do this tapasya to please Guru and Krishna. It should be done with faith. Without faith, without Shraddha, it is useless. But when it is done with Shraddha, only for the sake of Krishna, not for any material benefit, it is in the mode of goodness. Satvikam. 18. We'll just recite it together. Satkarmana pujartham tapodambhena chaivaya kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Very beautiful. Shri Krishna is saying, again, he is talking about what? Tapasya. Very good. Tapa. Krishna is talking about tapasya. Tapasya means austerity. Apurva Prem Prabhu, can you give example of tapasya? I guess. What else? Very good. So this is all tapasya. Tapaha rajasam. It is called proktam rajasam. Tapasya is called in the mode of passion rajasam when satkar. It is done so that people will do my satkar. People will glorify me. Man, people will honor me. Puja, people will worship me. For that sake, artham, satkar artham, man artham, puja artham, when tapasya is done with pride, dambhena. Do you know, every year in Barsanai camp, I donate $10,000. That is called dambha, pride. When it is done like that, with pride, for the sake that people will recognize and we publicize what we have done, people will worship. You know, for 5 years I did Nirjala Ekadashi. 5 years continuously. How many Ekadashis are there in a year? 5 years I did Nirjala Ekadashi. You know what? Prabhuji did 5 years Nirjala Ekadashi, becomes talk of the hall. And then everybody respects. So when we speak things to gain respect, that is in the mode of passion. Passion. You want to be respected, you want to be glorified, you want worship. Satkar man puja artham. It should not be done. Persons in the mode of passion arrange to be worshipped by subordinates and let them wash their feet and offer riches. Hare Krishna. Once in Delhi, there was a god man, so-called god man. He used to sit on the pandal and he would put his feet like this, keep his feet like this, and all the devotees would come and they would wash his feet, touch his feet, and he would sit like that, and they would worship him as God. They had even created a mantra for him. How we have Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, they replaced Vasudevaya with his name and they were chanting it with Omkar, Hare Krishna, and he was accepting, he was encouraging them. You do 16 rounds of this mantra, then I will initiate you. Something like that. And they were putting money on his feet, worshipping his feet, washing his feet. So one ISKCON devotee, disciple of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, and Shiksha disciple of Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj. His name is Gudakesh Prabhu. Very powerful Vaishnava. Gudakesh Prabhu. Originally from Mira Road Temple, Radha Gadādhara Dāsa. Now he lives in Vrindavan. I think he lives in Vrindavan now. Gudakesh Prabhu. Very great Vaishnava. He asked, "Are you God?" To that God man who used to project himself as God. "Are you really Bhagwan?" So he said, he got a little scared, seeing the purity, because Gudakesh Prabhu chants 2 lakh names every day, 128 rounds every day. He's a phenomenal devotee, Gudakesh Prabhu. So he had that purity. When someone has purity, spiritual purity, you cannot mess around with them. They have that tej. Gudakesh Prabhu was so powerful, he had a full-time job, 1 daughter, 1 son, living in Mira Road, Mumbai. And every day he used to chant 64 rounds. 8 hours he would chant, and that was sitting in one asana. Every day, 64 rounds. Disciple of Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. And Shiksha disciple of Srila Radha Govinda Das Goswami Maharaj. Every day, 64 rounds. And very dear friend of Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. So Anand Vrindavan Prabhu was saying, Gudakesh Prabhu decided to get his son and daughter married on the same day to save the headache of getting 2 marriages done. Hari Bol. Mataji. Idea. Same day, son and daughter. Because otherwise you have to do 1 marriage, then after a year, 2 years, second marriage, and so much arrangements. He decided both son and daughter, I will get them married in the same function. And he invited GBC, invited sannyasis, invited all the senior devotees, counselors for the wedding. And even Anand Vrindavan Prabhu naturally was invited. So they met on the day of the wedding, and Anand Vrindavan Prabhu said, Prabhuji, today 64 not possible. 2 children are getting married, so many GBCs have come, sannyasis have come, big devotees have come. You are the father of both the son and the daughter who are getting married. So much work in your flat, so many guests are living. Aaj kitne rounds hue? How many rounds did you chant today? And it took Anand Vrindavan Prabhu to a corner and said 64. He said, impossible, how did you manage 64? There are so many guests in your house. He said, yeah, there are guests, and till midnight they were all chatting on that, marriage talk. At 12 o'clock I told them, chalo, midnight, tomorrow wedding, 9 o'clock we have to go to the mandap and everything, so let's call it a day. So I put everybody to sleep. I took a cold water shower in the hall of my house, living room of my house, in a corner. I put my asana and I chanted from midnight to 7 o'clock in the morning. Then I again took a bath, a shower, got ready, and I came here at 8 o'clock. I finished my 64 rounds. This is Gudakesh Prabhu, who is asking that God man, are you Bhagwan? So this God man said, ये लोगों की श्रद्धा है. These people think I'm God. He says, no, that is not my question. I'm asking you, are you God? So some disciples were listening. And so the God man asked the disciples, What do you think? You know me very well. Am I God? And all the disciples, what they will say? Yes, you are Bhagwan. Am I right, Gurudev? They asked. So then, now Gudakesh Prabhu is watching. This God man has to reply. He says, my dear disciples, you can never be wrong. You can never be wrong. So then, Gudakesh Prabhu said, what if your disciple wants to hit you with a shoe? Will you say, you can never be wrong, hit me? Like that he chastised that God-man. So people allow people to wash their feet. They want to be worshipped, they want to be respected. But this is all in the mode of passion. Hari Bol. Next verse, verse 19. We'll recite it together. Moodha grahenatmano yat pīdaya kriyate tapah parasyot sadhanartham va tattamasam udahitam. What is tapasya? Which is in the mode of ignorance, tamasic. Tapah, tamasam. Udahitam, it is called. What is tapasya in the mode of ignorance? Moodha. Tapasya performed out of foolishness. And atmana pīdaya. Pīda means taklif dena, pareshan karna. You torture yourself. Such type of tapasya, or you torture others with your tapasya, this is called tapasya in the mode of ignorance. Tamasic tapasya. Tapasya done out of foolishness without reference to any scriptures for self-destruction or destruction of others. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada gives the example of Hiranyakashipu. How he was torturing his elements, torturing his body, standing on the tippy toes for so many years. For what? To become immortal, to become powerful controller. Another example is Vrikasur. What was Vrikasur doing? He was cutting pieces of his own flesh and offering it as an oblation to Lord Shiva. Why? Because he wanted to get a benediction that whoever head I touch, that person will die. What a horrible, horrible benediction to ask. And for that sake, you are cutting off your body's pieces and throwing them. In the end, he was going to cut off his head and offer his head. Finally, Shivji appeared and said, what do you want? Whoever head I touch, that person should die. ठीक है तथास्तु. जा जी ले अपनी जिंदगी. That is foolishness. That is tamasic tapasya. So tapasya also can be sattvic, rajasic and tamasic. And then we will talk about charity, but that Krishna willing, we will talk in the next class because it is already time 9:08. So today we spoke about tapasya, the different types of tapasya. Hare Krishna. Are there any questions from devotees on Zoom? Yes, Gaurav Prabhu and Daru Govind Prabhu.
Yes, so Prabhuji, Monam is one of Mon.
Huh.
Like so
what is the meaning of
means,
Maunam?
like, what is the meaning? Like because
Yes,
in
Srila
Krishna
Prabhupada explained in the
consciousness,
purport.
yeah.
Maunam means not to speak nonsense, not to speak materialistic things, not to gossip. प्रपंच की बातें नहीं करनी चाहिए. That is Maunam. And we only speak about Krishna consciousness. Mauni is one who doesn't speak anything material. And Mahamuni is one who speaks only about Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamuni Krite. Kamba Pare Ishvara. So that is the difference between Muni and Mahamuni. So we should at least be Muni, not talk material things. And when we speak only about Krishna, that is a Mahamuni. Hari Bol. ठीक है प्रभु जी? Okay. Gaurav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I have a question on verse 17.
Uh-huh.
It seems like what it's describing is like transcendental faith and only done for the Supreme. So I was
Verse
curious on
17?
how it's in the yeah.
What is the question, beta?
So it's austerity in the mode of goodness, but it seems that the qualities that it's describing is transcendental, so like faith, only done for the physical.
Yes, very good. The Sattva Gun and transcendental platform, there is some overlap, because from the mode of goodness, it is very easy to go to the mode of transcendence. So yes, there Krishna says it should be done for something para, which is transcendental. So it sounds more like the fourth category, which is transcendental category. Yes, and that is because mode of goodness and mode of transcendence are very close to each other. So it's like 14th floor and 15th floor. Sometimes people can just walk up and down. It's like that. That's why.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Any question? So, dear devotees, you will see some of your friends here. Bhakti Shastri friends. Asha Tat Mataji is here. Leela Mataji is here. Maithili, Anbika, Abha. Then we have the famous Abhinav, famous Apuro Prem Prabhu, and the very famous Akshay, Haribo, and Rishit, the very famous Rishit with his diary. Haribo. So, happy to see all of you. Some in person, some online. Thank you. Sorry for the craziness, but we were going to have this prayer meeting for Govincham Prabhu, and then there was no time, so I just took the class from here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Guru Purnima Maha Mahotsav ki jai, Srila Sanatan Goswami Pada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Sabko mile Shri Vrindavan Dham. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.